Hey Taurus, welcome to your 2023 year ahead forecast using the tarot. So we're going to look at it month by month. I've pulled a couple of cards from two decks just to see if we saw any cards repeat themselves through the spread. And indeed we did see at least a pair or two. So let's get into your reading now, looking at January 1st. You're hitting the ground running in January. The very first card of the entire spread is the Knight of Swords. This is a Gemini energy. This is an air sign energy. It's the quality of speed and direction-based action and decisiveness. So you know what you want in January. This could just indicate a year for you that is very goal-oriented. Taurus, your energy came out so strongly in this reading. I saw you as the King of Pentacles. This is coming up in May during Taurus season. And then in the opposite end of the zodiacal year from Taurus season, I see the Hierophant, your major arcana card, coming through in Scorpio season 2 in November. So what this would tell me, and I have your Empress energy, you're ruled by Venus here coming through with a beautiful month in September. But what I'm seeing here is 2023 seems to represent overall the tone of you really and truly getting to know yourself even more. Taurus is such an embodied sign, and to even see you getting to know yourself more deeply and have a really true understanding of who you are this year is going to be really wonderful, and it doesn't seem like there'll be any holding you back. So because January opens with the Knight of Swords, just this exactly just running right into the year, chasing something down, this goal approach that you have in January, like a focus, a direction, and like it's hard to hold you back. Like this guy has just like landed in the scene here for the reading and set the tone that you're going after what you want this year. The Queen of Pentacles is the card that is supporting the Knight of Swords. Both are court cards, meaning that there could be some people that become very significant in the month of January. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Capricorn or a Gemini, but these people are not people. I'm getting like, because Gemini and Capricorn are inconjunct or quincunx in astrology, 150 degrees away, they just don't really see each other. Am I right about that? Right, and so they just don't really see each other sometimes. But then these guys are looking right at each other. Maybe there's like different people that wouldn't usually be coming up together in your, it could be at a social event or just in general, like it's random that all these people are here together, but it works and it seems very supportive. If that doesn't apply, you're rushing towards a goal this year. And the Queen of Pentacles, as you can see, a queen here. What else do we have? Beautiful scenery, attractive person, but basically I'm looking at this big pentacle that they have in their hand. This tells me that there is a sense of attainment for you in January and an attainment of a goal. So maybe you smash some of your goals at the very beginning of the year. It could be that January represents a month where you're incredibly proud of yourself and you accomplish something, you feel very secure. Something could come up in your domestic life or travel life, or you may be commuting a lot, moving around a lot, and on the move basically, and extremely busy, but it's motivating energy with the Queen of Pentacles. It's sustaining. It's not like this just begins and it's flash in the pan. Something really begins to endure for you during Capricorn season, and you can see how this may even become part of your future for the rest of the year, Taurus. Moving on to February, I've got two wand cards, 3 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So this is a very busy month for you in February. February also kind of suggests that there's trips, there's travel, there's vacations or work travel, or just maybe you moving around physically a lot, like even if it's within your own home country, your own hometown or whatever. It just seems that you're very active and person about town is what I would be seeing here. This really does though show a lot of travel in February. One of the most travel oriented months that I'm seeing coming up on the year. There is a couple more with a little bit more adventure for sure, but this month, the second month of the year, seems to really come up and be busy and here, there, and everywhere and highly motivated still. But there's a very optimistic tone to that with the yellow and the blue here. Again, just really nice scenes and scenery. This would just tell me like that the beginning of the year, you're probably really liking where you're situated at, like what you're directly, the moment you walk outside the front door, like what you're getting, what you're up against, what you're seeing. This really suits you and it seems to be very in alignment for you. February looks like a great month for travel, exploration, adventure, being on the move, being on the go, and potentially, because there's just like chasing down of a goal right away in the new year in January, it seems like that's a real concern for you. The Three of Wands would simply just show some expansion there in that area, some growth in how that started off. The third month is the Strength card. So the first major arcana card we're seeing in the year ahead. Major arcana card is a little more about soul growth, and this would be when perhaps the time is for you to discover something about the quality of strength in your life. Inner strength, physical strength. It's about resilience and endurance. It's supported by the Ten of Pentacles, which I see twice in the reading. This actually might be the only card I see twice. I think I obviously saw a lot of your Taurus energy. I'm seeing a lot of tens in the reading too, and tens and nines in the reading. So we're getting to like the end of a spiritual cycle on something, and this year perhaps does represent more so the end of some sort of a journey on something, to begin something new, and all that goes with it, all the celebration and all the sort of essence of an end of an era that goes with that too could come through for 2023 for Taurus. So let's have a look at that then. Yeah, basically the Ten of Pentacles showed up twice. Okay, so then the Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles, that is just about you, I don't know, like really just securing something extremely successful, or like accomplishing something that could have taken its toll on you, like you really had to roll up your sleeves and fight for this, maybe the wrong way to say it. I would be saying like you had to form certain alliances, work hard. By March, you're really achieving something. So if it's the same goal that is just, actually, you could even be bringing this goal in from 2022 into 2023, just because the Knight of Swords is the very first thing that is out here. It's not necessarily like you wake up on January 1st and you have this whole new goal. This could be something that's already moving in pretty quickly or pretty enthusiastically for you from 2022 as well. Or like this has just been a relevant issue for you in 2022, and you still have a lot of focus there as you enter the year this year. Two very fast moving cards as well at the beginning of the deck, like some of the most. The Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Hang on just a moment. You're like, what she got under there that's making all that noise? I had to take my AC out because it's gotten really cold out of this room. Okay. So let's look at that. Oh yeah, basically Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles. That could be the goal. So there's a lot of speed, I was saying, Eight of Wands. Okay, so now I'm obviously picking up on this very chaotic energy. Or this could be my Gemini Mars energy with my Aries Venus and Mercury, Aries Mercury, like talking like this, getting a little chaotic. But maybe that's what I'm just picking up, that for you January, February is a bit chaotic potentially. Okay, let's see. But if not, it's just fast-paced action towards a goal. The Ten of Pentacles and the Strength card, I think it's achieved, or something is massively a success for you or an attainment by March. The Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles. Successful alliance is formed, the end of something that you've been working towards for a long time. It could be a promotion, a graduation. It could be publishing something, getting something out into the world. It could be a business alliance, a new partnership. It could be something to do with security. And of course, money. I mean, it would be awkward if I didn't mention that the Ten of Pentacles, like this attainment of greater financial gain could come up this year ahead. We've seen that King of Pentacles earlier. Okay, so Strength card and Ten of Pentacles, your overall well-being and everything like that is really a formidable, I'm hearing, for your year ahead 2023, and you're kind of like a force to be reckoned with, but it's nice. That month may be related then to August because the Ten of Pentacles comes up there again. Okay, let's have a look at April. Another major arcana card. So it's almost like you're being tested again on how I guess the spoils of your success went and how you went about that. So that's something to look out for because the Devil card and the Nine of Wands comes up. So as again, we're seeing like a high number in the tarot, a 9. So this has been a journey for you. The 8 of Wands I just noticed and the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands come through this year for you. So the speed at which things are progressing for you in February seems to sort of be showing by April the toll that it's taken on you. Maybe this is physically, you're just burnt out because you really cared enough to make sure something was in the bag for yourself by March. So this could just result in you being at the top of your game by April, and of course then there's just that pressure which just will not have to intensify, but with the Devil card energy, that's quite an intense card to come through. It's like, okay, like what are you doing to self-sabotage, or in what ways are there certain maybe lower vibe energies in your life? The Devil card and the 9 of Wands will be something that tests your commitment, your perseverance, and the reasons behind it. Do they serve your highest good is basically the message coming through for April. At that point, we are entering eclipse season, and this could be something about the Taurus eclipses wrapping up this year. Let me just think about that for a second. Okay, so there isn't an eclipse in Taurus in April, May, but there is one in Scorpio, which is part of the Taurus Scorpio set. And the final eclipse in Taurus for like another 9 to 10 years roughly is going to be in October. Anyway, that will be wrapping up a period of something regardless in everyone's chart about a certain journey or lesson or blessing of the Taurus Scorpio eclipses. Okay, so moving on to May, we're still in Taurus season at this point, and two extremely opposing cards came through, the 5 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So this Taurus energy will be about, I suppose it can't be about, well, it can of course be about, but like rags to riches could be a possibility, but it can't be, or I would be surprised if it was so extreme where in May you have like real worry about wealth at the same time. King of Pentacles is coming through like in an extremely abundant position, even more so of an abundant position from the month of January and then into March, okay, with the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So there could be something that it comes up about money, I think, for some people, but there's something else about it. It's saying like that there's a distorted sense of the maybe how important all of this is to you and how important materialism is to you could come up for the month of May. But also it could be about self-confidence, and I think that's what it's more about, because the 5 of Pentacles seems to be more on an emotional level than on a material level. You seem to be in an abundant position, materially this year, perhaps compared to others in some ways, and perhaps it's not just showing up as money. Like, you have a strong sense of focus, you have a lot of goals, you have motivation and excitement and fun and things that you're very passionate about. So you're really well resourced in so many ways. But in May, you start to look at ways that perhaps you feel like there is some scarcity there or fear, and the King of Pentacles is kind of there to sort of say, but you're very sure of who you are yourself now, Taurus, and that, you can handle this, and look at the situation clearly. And if people don't agree with you, or you find yourself pushed out or alienated in any of those ways, on an emotional level, then you've got yourself and you know yourself, and this seems to be a temporary energy. There is a court card coming through dealing with another Taurus. This is Mercury in Taurus, which, yes, could be during the period of Mercury in Taurus. I should have a notebook here with what's going on, but I don't. But yeah, Mercury Taurus energy very strongly coming through. So that's coming through around your communication, maybe communicating your needs and things like that. There might be a need for pulling back. You could be tired from April. Like I said, there is a battle weariness here because you're getting close. But look what comes next, the Ten of Wands. We're jumping forward to the end of the year, to December. But there is something that does build this year, and maybe it will be that in April, the Nine of Wands and the Devil card will be a shower. It will be kind of a spotlight, and this candle is starting to expose a little bit of light on something that you're willing to keep going with, and that doesn't seem to be the issue. But there's some of the joy taken out of it, or there's a little bit more defensiveness around this, and even maybe some denial coming up in April. The King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, I think we'll move on to, yes, you'd be maybe a little bit tired in May, but it's a nice time to treat yourself well. Okay, the June energy, ending the first chapter of the year, the Fool card. Another major arcana card, and the Four of Wands. So we're back to this very bright and optimistic, kind of cheerful month of a year here in this spread. The Fool card indicates something brand new. So as you begin to become aware this year, in the first half of the year, with the Nine of Wands, how far along on a specific journey you are already, and you've gained so much wisdom in this area of your life, you'll probably know what I'm referring to, the area of life, be it family, be it your social life, be it your career, be it your travel, whatever you're really it has fulfilled you very much and you've learned a lot from, but overall it seems pretty optimistic. You'll know then that that's an area of life that is it's not finished yet. But there's something else, I believe, that is brand new to you in June. This seems to be something that is kind of even random, or is kind of, it's definitely exciting and optimistic. So I don't see you being held back or having much fear around this new beginning for you in June. For some, quite literally, it might be a new house, a move, a new job, a new company. The Four of Wands is very much about the four walls around us, the home situation. We have a nice sandcastle built here, looking very protected, and it just looks like it's something that would come to fruition really quickly for you. So I just see you move straight into something in June, but it involves something new. The Fool card, first card in the deck, you're taking a chance on something that is something that would be very successful right away, and you just know that somehow. And also it seems to be something that you don't have all that much experience in necessarily. Maybe you do, maybe there's some wisdom there already, but it would say that you kind of know that this will be a success. Anyway, the Fool card, new beginning, something exciting in June, and it sort of looks like a different storyline on some level, but quite literally moves and house changes, job changes, relationship changes, This July is the Wheel of Fortune, more major arcana energy, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. If any of you are watching with the Taurus moon, this could be coming up and speaking to you also. That's the Six of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So there are circumstances that are unfolding in July, and this could be related to June, like this new beginning, and now you're in a different position. So it kind of just, I guess you would be aligned with this frequency of change, new beginning, maybe freshness, fresh start. That at that point when you're in that energy, you're like, oh, this feels new, this is exciting, what's next? It's all going well. I think overall you start to kind of like vibrate in that frequency as such. So that could be at a time then in July where you're seeming to attract things that are on that frequency too. So the Wheel of Fortune would be something like events happening, synchronizations, opportunity, luck changing, things changing, what comes up must go down, and there's a lesson and a blessing with the Wheel of Fortune. So they're the same thing, right? But there is something that it seems like the Six of Pentacles in reverse is telling me basically like, you're putting too much importance on something that is going to not serve your highest and best, like boom, off the Wheel of Fortune as such. Anyway, April, the Devil card, is here to show you what you need to be liberated from. So pay attention to your intuition and kind of, I suppose you'll know what it is. And then there's something you're willing to persevere with, and maybe you will persevere with, or maybe you won't, whatever it is. It's just going to be maybe an indication is what I'm seeing there in April. But in July, the Six of Pentacles, because you've had such an abundant year in the first half of the year, you've been working towards something that you really deserve this payoff, and it feels natural for you, and you don't, perhaps, you don't have any confidence issues with it. It just would suggest that with the Six of Pentacles after the Five of Pentacles in May, Six of Pentacles in July in reverse, it's sort of suggesting like, did you put too much importance on the money aspect of things or your reputation? That could simply be what that is. And the Wheel of Fortune is kind of here like, okay, you're starting something new. Let's see like how you apply yourself in this new beginning and things like that. So just also watch out for themes then, energetic themes of jealousy or like being overly like focused on the ego around this attainment basically, and you deserve to have this attained obviously, but anyway, that could be just like the Wheel of Fortune having a bit of fun and seeing like how you react to different kind of situations and things like that. So in August we see the Ten of Pentacles again. This anything like this doesn't seem to have a longer stint of bothering you, but Nine of Swords is something that's stressing you out. So there could be kind of like this focus on this. It seems like you might even complete two really big projects this year, or smash two goals of some sort, or like you, I don't know, you buy a house or change country and you get a new job, but I mean they seem to be kind of more stand outish. Let's see, the Ten of Swords or Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So yeah, there was something you felt pretty like in control of in March around this attainment and around this success that you've been having. Now you're starting to see perhaps in August maybe that some of these things stress you out, or like, I'm seriously cringing for myself, but I'm hearing like more money, more problems, BIG, like, so BIG, biggie. Anyway, this is the Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Yes, okay, this is just you sort of seeing where the triggers are around this maybe, and like maybe where it's actually kind of stressful in the month of August. But you're still very much in a position of receiving success, like So you've got two things going. It's like, what are the things that I'm wrapping up on in my life in 2023 successfully? Like, it's the attainment of a goal of some sort. So it's what you wanted and have been working and striving towards. But then in, like, I guess around June, July, there's the new beginnings that are going to start to show themselves. Maybe it's subtle, maybe it's like very obvious synchronizations, like, wow, like things that maybe even feel fated for you to happen with the Wheel of Fortune, scenarios, meetings, ideas. But the Six of Pentacles in reverse, we've talked about that. Moving on from that, oh yeah, so now you're just kind of got two things going on. So the new beginning will be something about like a new focus, and it could be something that's really exciting in you and in your life or the life of those that you live with, and it's signaling new beginnings. In September, I'm like, love to see it, the Empress card and the Ten of Cups, like divine, seriously. And the Empress card and the Ten of Cups is just so overflowing of creation and gratitude and blessing and like optimism. It's not going to be 24/7. That's just not how these readings are even supposed to come across. I hope I should actually, I should say that this doesn't necessarily mean that these themes will dominate your month, but that might be just something to pay attention to. It may be quite subtle even. The Empress card and the Ten of Cups, though, I'd like to think there's nothing too subtle about the happiness and creativity and radiating joy and bliss that comes through in the month of September. Blessings and abundance and a lot of growth, and I mean, this is just stunning. Yeah, with the Ten of Cups, it's just a dream come true on some level. So seems like you may be feeling super connected. For those where perhaps like family becomes more important in the month of September, overall in an uplifting and kind of culminative way, not culminative like, oh, this is the end of an era, because the Empress is so about growth. So it's something that like this happiness is just the pinnacle on something, and it's not going to be like that 24/7, obviously, like I said, but you're really in a good place in September, maybe overflowing with a certain amount of gratitude. So something could have gone well. Or you just feel really connected to yourself, and this journey that you're on of getting to know yourself better has been bringing you a lot of joy this year. Lovely. Looking at the month of October is where we're at. Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So another 9 here. Very lavish and very luxurious looking too. So that's kind of like this Empress, just like being in a good place and whatnot. The Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords can be, perhaps I'm seeing like family coming through again. For some of us, I see that even like Empress Mother archetype family seen on the Ten of Cups. Like, so I am seeing a theme of family in September and October. Certain blessings, lessons, kind of, we've got a 9 and a 10 here too. So like the sort of understanding or attainment of wisdom around some emotional cycles, some family situations, something to do with your ancestry, something to do with your parents maybe. The King of Swords coming through as more of a paternal figure, not necessarily dad, could be another figure in your life that has that like big daddy energy or like tough love energy, or very like what else would be those archetypes kind of like aspiration maybe, or example, King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So something coming up with like leaders maybe, or like the leadership role you play in your life could come through as well. You could be dealing with an Aquarius in October. The Nine of Pentacles is about achievement of a goal too. So you're just back and forth, like something is, I think that the tone of the year is like kind of like this oscillating between almost there at the successful, at the attainment, like, and then like you're basically there, but then you kind of like, wait, no, I still have to do something, or I still have to work on it. That's like the tone of the year, but you're getting a lot of achievements, and a lot of personal goals seem to be coming to fruition for you this year. So that could look like then 2022 being more of a like foundational or building energy in the lead up to this, with maybe the like Knight of Swords entry to this year of just being like, okay, we're getting straight to it, or like we're keeping what happened in 2022 moving on into 2023. The Nine of Cups in reverse and your major arcana card, the Hierophant card, for the month of November. Okay, let me just move a little bit. So the Nine of Cups and the Hierophant, you're at where you kind of need to be by the end of the year. Even if something is starting to make you question that, there does seem to be this final push through the Nine of Cups, that doubt in reverse. Like upright, it's very fulfilled. We have the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups. So we are getting that really towards the end of a cycle of emotional maturity and following joy and love. So it's generally pretty nice to be in this Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, I find. In reverse, not for everybody, of course, but the Nine of Cups in reverse, this would be saying then that like you start to have doubts